Welcome back, everybody. It is me, Mr. J, with the Mr. J Show. I don't want to make this a very long video. I've never really done this whole like talking at the camera without something musical going on in the background, but I have a story to tell you and just give my thoughts. And Because a strange thing happened. I guess I'll start with the story first. So, September 10th, I was getting ready to do the show. I was sitting here on the couch, right? And I saw that the new Charlie Kirk college debate thing that he does that I enjoy watching because I think they're interesting, people with differing opinions talking about things and whatever. It's entertaining. I'll get into more of that later, but I just wanted to set the stage for what I'm about to say. So I was like, oh, cool, the new Charlie Kirk campus event thing was posted. And so I started watching it on my phone as I was getting ready for my show. I had some videos up that I wanted to check out. Um, and as I'm getting ready for the show, and I'm watching I had watched maybe like 10 minutes maybe or something. Um, I got a knock on my door, and don't worry, I'm getting there. I'm trying to be. Words are hard when you're on the spectrum, so just give me a minute, right? So I got a knock on my door, and it was someone trying to sell me windows, and I'm like, I think my windows are fine. They asked me um, if I knew what kind of windows I had, blah 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 blah. I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know what kind of windows I have. And long story short, I let him in, and he looked at my windows, and he said everything was fine. That was about 30 minutes or so. Okay. So I come back to the computer to start doing my show, and I opened X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and I said, "Oh, cool! Someone is live streaming um, the newest Charlie Kirk debate at a campus in Utah, which I think the actual video comes out usually like a week later, a week after it. So I was like, oh, cool! I've never seen these things kind of live. They've always been on YouTube on when Charlie Kirk would release it. Um, so I was like, cool! I've never seen one of these live. And about 20 minutes in, I thought it. I said, I saw something that my brain couldn't really comprehend, and it took me a long time to comprehend. And sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional again. So everybody knows at this point what happened, so I'm not gonna say. But I watched it happen, and it was absolutely horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. I didn't think it was real because it was so graphic, and I'm not going to talk about it or show pictures because it's don't go looking for it. You cannot unsee that, and it's burned into my brain. And about an hour later, they said it was real. And as you guys know, what happened? He didn't make it. Uh, so So for the next couple days, I didn't. If you guys know this, I've been gone, from the show for since then, basically. Just because I didn't feel comfortable doing my show without addressing it, because I have a platform, you know. I have all of you wonderful people. There's 65,000 of you now. I mean, we're growing, and I think that when someone has a platform, and I know my platform is music mostly, and that's, but I couldn't go forward doing my show with a good conscience without addressing the issue, what I saw, what I felt, and the aftermath. Um, because over the next couple days, people can confirm this in the group chat that we have on Instagram. I went from being, extremely sad, crying about it, to extremely angry because of the way it was carried out. Um, and but I wanted to, I didn't want to make a video when I was still sad about, still mourning the situation, and still angry about the situation. And I'm still very angry about the situation. But I took a couple days. I know a lot of people have already done their Charlie Kirk videos or whatever, but I wanted to cool down first. I didn't want to come at this very emotional, right? I wanted to come at it when more facts and more of the entire situation came out. I was also, you know, just because a lot of times when there's something big like this that happens, uh, from time to time there'll be conflicting. At the first, there'll be conflicting information coming from all. That's how news works, right? And so I didn't want to put out a video right away before I knew all of, and we're still learning more about it, but until I at least knew something more than what I had saw. So I turned to some of my favorite people on the planet, my 18 squad, and they listened to me and they heard me out and they let me vent my grievances. So thumbs up to my wonderful 18 family. Thank you so much for giving, because I poured my heart out on that group chat. I mean, I was a mess. Anyways, that's the story. I saw it happen. Um, but here's what I want to say about it now. I've been sitting with this for a while, and I can't, like I said before, I can't just go on with the show like nothing happened. Charlie Kirk's gone. You know, the reality still doesn't feel real to me, even though I saw it with my own eyes. And let me make something absolutely clear. I didn't always agree with him. There were things where we had disagreements. He had a lot of controversial or maybe even unpopular opinions, but that's fine. Um, that's the, that's that's the country I fought for. That's the country. As you guys know, I'm a combat veteran. Um, and for me, I think what made it so angry for me, what made me so angry about it is, I promised to defend the Constitution, and part of that Constitution is, freedom of speech that we have in the United States. And I understand that freedom of speech doesn't. I won't go there. Let's just keep on topic because I don't want to veer too far off of the topic. Um, but what made me so angry is this wasn't the country I fought. This what I thought is this isn't the country I fought for. Um, because disagreement doesn't change the fact that he was a person. He was a son, a friend, um, a husband, a father, made in the image of God, and no one should ever be unalived for the words they speak or the beliefs they hold, no matter how controversial or unpopular they are, or even if you agree or disagree. It's just it's absolutely sickening that happened. We've reached a place in where our culture treats people like enemies just because they think differently. This is just my opinion, by the way. So I'm just saying, like, this is just my opinion. Um, and when um, so we, in my opinion, we've reached a place where our culture trends to treat people like enemies just because they think differently. And when that turns into violence, into taking someone's life, that's not debate. That's not justice. That's just darkness. And this is coming from someone who's, on the spectrum and kind of sees things kind of black and white. But I'm also coming at this strictly from a Christian's perspective, just so you know. So like I said, that's darkness. It's evil. And honestly, it should grieve all of us, no matter where we stand, um, politically, religiously, so on and so forth. But like I said, I'm coming at this as a Christian, from the Christian's perspective. I know I have a lot of Christians in the audience, and if you don't want to watch this video, you don't have to. I just wanted to get this off my chest because I can't continue to do my regular content without getting this off my chest. So bear with me. So like I said, as a Christian, I can't just look at this and stay silent. Obviously, Scripture tells us that every life has value, that even our enemies are to be loved, not destroyed. Like that's preposterous. We can disagree passionately, and we will because we're human, right? But we can't let hatred win. If we give into that, we're no better than the darkness that we claim to fight as Christians, obviously, in my opinion, or in my the way I'm framing it, I guess. Once again, I'm sorry, I'm not good at this. I've never just like sat down and talked to the camera like this. But so today I just want to honor Charlie Kirk's life. Um, Not because I thought he was a perfect person. Not be not because I agreed with everything that he said. But because every life matters. His life mattered. And the best way I know to respond to this is to keep speaking the truth since I have this wonderful platform, but to do it without losing my soul, without letting my heart harden towards those I disagree with. And I think that's the biggest message is Charlie's untimely death is a reminder that words are powerful, but so is grace. And we need both right now more than anything, more than in any time ever, in my opinion. Um, I remember a quote that, and you've probably seen it. It's very viral. It's been going around, but Charlie was asked in jest, what would he like to be remembered by? And he kind of said, if I die, like it was completely like not ever gonna happen, right? And he said, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't know the exact quote, but he roughly said, "I want to be known for my courage of faith." Not about his all of his achievements and all his accolades, everything else. He wanted to be known for his courage of faith. So, regardless of if you disagree or agree with the man, just see him as a person. Um, and yeah, I think that's it. I've been sitting on this for a while, like I said. Uh, I feel better ish. now. I feel more comfortable returning to normal content. Um, to maybe later today or tomorrow. Um, but I just wanted to get this off my chest because it's really been just eating away at my soul and my brain. I needed to talk about this with you all because I spend so much time with you all that you've really become a second family to me, and I just feel like it would be better for me to talk about this with you all rather than just kind of stew over it, because I think that would just make it worse. So thank you all for listening. Um, uh, you know, after you get done watching this video, if you made it this far, and if you did, thank you so much. Um, hug a loved one, call a loved one. You know, I went to church for the first time since my mother passed just this Sunday, and actually, I won't say his name, but the the priest there, he gave me the courage to make this video because I talked to him, and I didn't know exactly how to approach the situation without um, upsetting people who maybe didn't disagree with him. And so my priest told me, frame it coming from um, a Christian point of view, not necessarily a political one. And so thank you to Father, you know who you are, for giving me the courage to do this. But it's really opened up my eyes to a lot of stuff. I don't think I'll ever think about certain things the same way ever again. Um, Charlie, during his life, changed my way of thinking a lot, but in his passing, he's taught me a lot as well. Um, so, um, sorry, I need to quit this video before I get too into it, but I just want to say thank you all for watching. Thank you all of you that were there for me in my time of need. You know who you are, and I really appreciate it. But I will just say, um, rest in peace, Charlie. Uh, you really did deserve better than this. You really did. Having unpopular opinions is not a reason to be unalived, and it's just wrong. Anyways, we'll get back to our normal programming probably later today. Now that I've gotten this off my chest, but yeah, rest in peace, Charlie, and God bless your young children and your wife in this dark, dark moment. Anyways, this has been Mr. J with the Mr. J Show, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.